This is the Hyundai Kona Electric. Since the Chevy Bolt allegedly spontaneously combusts, the Mazda MX-30 isn't designed for this country, and the Nissan Leaf doesn't hit the 250-mile range minimum we discussed in our last video, even with the bigger battery option. That makes this Hyundai Kona Electric the best EV under $35,000. So let's take it for a spin. Now, this being an electric car, I know that the first thing you're all wondering is the range, and this thing packs a pretty impressive 258 miles of full range, and that's what Paolo and I decided in the last video, enough. More interestingly than that though, it actually is almost 40 miles more than you get in the standard battery pack of the big brother Ioniq 5. And not only that, but that Ioniq 5 is a bespoke, from the ground up, purebred developed EV. It's on Hyundai's new e-gmp architecture or whatever it is. It's designed to be an EV, and yet it still packs, in the standard battery at least, less range than you get in this Kona. And this Kona is not a from the ground up EV. This is regular Kona chassis that had an engine-ectomy and then added a battery. And that's how you keep the price low on this thing. Not only that, but Hyundai also realized they don't have to throw a huge battery at it and give it super electric motors to make this thing supercar fast. What people want from their Kona is to get from A to B without breaking down, and that's about it. So it only sends power to the front wheels, and the electric motors only make 201 horsepower, but these are the most Herculean horses in existence. Watch how easy it is to completely overpower the traction on these front wheels with these Grecian god horses. Now, all joking aside, it is quite annoying that anytime that you're around wet or cold pavement, it really struggles for grip on that front end, and I guess that's a good thing that I don't live somewhere that has cold and wet pavement 5 months out of the year. The reality is, this little Kona is pretty peppy, and it's fun to drive with its relatively small and light body. The ride itself is nice and comfortable. The suspension keeps the car stable while also soaking up moderate-sized imperfections in the road. And you have Hyundai's highway driving assist, which I've been accused of fanboying over. However, there's a slight annoyance that I have with this Kona Electric, and it's the fact that under 25 miles an hour, it emits a very futuristic tone. And it's intended to signify to surrounding pedestrians that there is a bright red electric car in their midst. The problem, though, is that one, I live in the suburbs, and two, the Omicron variant is everywhere and everyone's sick, so everyone's at home. So the only person it's been warning is me, which gets to be very annoying, and for that reason I've had to drive around my neighborhood at a blistering and completely reckless 26 miles an hour. I mean, there are small, innocent, carefree, unwitting children around, and my neighborhood has just been in terror for the last, however long I've had this, 5-6 days? And then there's the styling, which is about as generic as they come despite the bright red paint. However, they sensibly put the charging port on the front of the car, so when I pull into my garage, it's easy to plug in. Then the wheels are specific to the range-topping limited trim, which I have here, and it pushes over $42,000, so it's kind of a pretty big jump between the entry SEL and this limited. And then on the rear, you have the word electric in a fun and modern font. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that this design is going to rival anything coming out of Pininfarina, but it does do something that people have been asking for a long time, and it's making an electric car look normal. Aside from its lack of grille, this little plate here, and the electric badge on the back, you really couldn't tell that this is much different than a normal Kona. And that's cool. And if you thought the exterior was vanilla, just wait until you see the interior. First of all, it's gray, the color of passion, but you do get some electric blue stitching. The design itself is simple, it's very Hyundai, but the digital gauge cluster is nice, and so is the huge infotainment screen. And then you have a shocking amount of kit. You've got the highway driving assist, which is very good, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, the soothing sounds of nature. However, if you're looking at an options list, you could even mistake this for a luxury car. It's got heated seats, it's got cooled seats, and it's got a heated steering wheel. And then the interior is pretty dang good. I mean, the materials are pretty good for this price point. The design is very Hyundai, and that's good. And there's plenty of room in the back for a normal person, and there's a good amount of trunk space, but it's not perfect. And the couple nitpicks that I have is the drive and reverse button should be switched. I want reverse closer to me. The sunroof could be a little bit bigger, but this is sub $30,000 to start. And other than that, it's just kind of plain. But again, those are nitpicks more than anything else. So that's it. The best EV under 35 grand. And interestingly enough, it didn't even begin life as an EV. It's a Kona. It's a normal subcompact crossover, and that's why it's the least EV-ish EV that we've ever tested here at Downshift. It doesn't have outrageous power numbers, it doesn't have a crazy 0 to 60 number, it doesn't scream planet saver with its design. It's just a handsome, affordable little package that happens to get very solid range and be a fun little car. I like it quite a bit. Thanks for watching.